2024 might go down as one of the most important years for pop music in recent history. You've got Ariana Grande dropping, you've got Charli XCX, you've got Dua Lipa, but you've also got a lot of new and upcoming pop artists that I'm going to be reacting to today. We're going to be checking out Sabrina Carpenter, Chappell Roan, hopefully I'm saying that right, and Madison. I'm going to listen to each track here and then make my determination. Is this artist overrated, underrated, or perfectly fine? So we're gonna start it off with Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina Carpenter is an American singer and actress. She first gained recognition for starring in the Disney Channel series Girl Meets World. So I guess kind of similar to Selena Gomez with the Disney kind of background. Her last album was Emails I Can't Send in 2022. She is leading up to the release of her new album. She's dropped a couple singles now, Espresso and Please Please Please. We're gonna be reacting to Please Please Please, Please Please Please. Don't be trash. Okay, let's go. Kind of an 80s vibe. Okay.
I know I have good judgment. I know I have good taste. Please, 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 don't prove I'm right.
Good look. Oh, good little double clap. Okay.
Heartbreak is one thing, my ego's another. I beg you don't embarrass me, motherfucker.
That's the TikTok snippet. Okay, we got it out of the way. There it is.
I have a fun idea, babe. Maybe just stay inside.
Little key modulation here, key change, whatever you want to call it. What was that little bass synth that came in too? That was kind of crazy.
I know you're craving some fresh air. Please, 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 don't prove I'm right. Beg you don't embarrass me, motherfucker.
There's definitely some Taylor Swift isms with that motherfucker, the way she says it. Okay. Theatrical. Very theatrical towards the end there. You know, that was actually better than I thought it was going to be. You got some Taylor Swift isms in there. There's some 80s elements, but honestly, I do kind of like the tongue-in-cheek writing here, especially towards the end here. If you don't want to cry to my music, don't make me hate you prolifically. That feels almost like a direct reference to Taylor Swift, because, you know, the meme of how all she writes about is breakups, you know? So yeah, I like the attitude to the writing here. That's one thing on her previous album that I wish she honed in a little bit more, because she actually displayed quite a lot of, like, humor on that album, and I thought her sense of humor was actually funny on that album. I just wish she honed into that a little bit more and featured more of that. And this track feels like it's kind of going in that direction. I don't hate it. Like, is it the most mind-blowing thing I've ever heard? No. But again, there's some memorable lines here, some good melodies. That little double clap in the chorus kind of goes hard. Yeah, I can see why people like this. I think it's fairly rated. I don't think it's overrated, underrated. I think it's fine. All right, next we're going to be listening to Chappell Roan. Chappell is an American singer and songwriter from Missouri. The majority of her music is inspired by 80s synth pop and early 2000s pop hits. Her aesthetic is heavily influenced by drag queens, okay, and her music and performing style has been described as campy, okay. We're getting some camp. She released an album last year, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess, and today we're going to be listening to her single from this year that was released, in April? It's titled Good Luck, Babe. Okay, more 80s? Okay. I mean, I know it just said that in the Wikipedia page, but I mean, it is a little bit played out. I mean, The Weeknd brought back the 80s, and now literally everybody thinks they need to do 80s. But okay, maybe she'll do it well here. We'll see.
It's cool. You can say that we ain't nothing, but you know the truth. I don't wanna call it art, but you wanna call it love, baby.
Okay. Kind of reminds me of the recent The Last Dinner Party record. Nice strings there. Like the delivery here, this kind of rapid paced delivery. Okay, bridge time. Nice toms. down. Okay, I like that. Kind of artsy. Again, theatrical. Both these tracks really theatrical. This one, kind of almost gothic in a way. Again, very similar to the last Dinner Party record. I wonder if she's inspired by that at all, because some of those vocals are pretty similar to that. Maybe the last Dinner Party was inspired by Chappell. I don't know. Pretty solid track here. I like the production. I like the strings. Good songwriting. Like, that bridge towards the end was definitely not what I expected, but kept things fresh, and just feels a little bit more sophisticated than what I was expecting and what you expect with pop nowadays. Yes, while it is still doing that 80s sound, I think it's doing it a little bit more interestingly than someone like Taylor Swift. Really good vocal phrasing, good vocal performance, especially when she hits that higher register of her voice. I would say, honestly, I mean, again, a ton of people are talking about this, but I'm gonna say underrated. Screw it, let's say underrated. I would love to see more stuff like this charting higher and getting more attention, so I'm happy that this is getting attention. All right, last up, we're going to be listening to Madison Beer. Madison Beer is an American singer and songwriter. Beer first gained substantial media coverage when Justin Bieber posted a link to one of her covers. Okay, I have listened to some Madison Beer stuff before. I believe I reviewed her album from last year. Yes, Silence Between Songs is the album she released last year. Kind of a little bit underwhelming for me, just felt too derivative of a bunch of different sounds. So maybe Madison will go in her own direction and kind of develop her own identity on this track, but I guess we'll see. We're listening to Make You Mine. Please not another 80s track. I swear, if I hear some synths right at the beginning here, if I hear some 80s drums, I might lose my mind. Okay, I think we're good. Doesn't feel 80s. Oh yeah, we're good. No more 80s. We're kind of establishing this very spacey, and the way the vocals are mixed, it's almost like these waves crashing on the shore. I just hope this melody maybe gets a little bit more interesting, and maybe just her performance in general, because it feels like she's kind of holding back a little bit. Good synth work. It's mixed pretty well. Nice. Take the bass away, and then drop in. I gotta be honest, I do not care about these lyrics at all right now, and maybe the point of this song isn't the lyrics, but they just feel like too vague in a way. There's no like distinct quality to them. They just feel kind of wallpaper-ish. I thought that drop was... it kind of worked. I'm hoping we'll get a second drop, but we're gonna get a second chorus, of course. I hope that one just like introduces something a little bit of like a left turn, something to pique my interest or pique my ears, you know. I think the reverb throw on that I, like just spacing that thing out, like it just really emphasizes the start of each line, and it sounds great. Like mixing that reverb with the breathiness of her voice, it creates a pretty interesting texture there. It's not bad. Okay. Okay. Like I said, that second chorus, it needed to do something, and it kind of did. Like sonically, this actually might be my favorite. I just like the atmosphere a lot here, and I think it's mixed really well. The pairing of the textures of the synths with the timbre of her voice, just everything coalesces together in a really nice way, but it doesn't feel muddy at all. Yeah, it's moody, it's a little bit dark, but it's vibey at the same time. Can you believe I just said that? Lyrically, I think it's kind of actually really boring, and I don't care about it at all, but we didn't have any overrated in this video. I'm gonna go fairly rated. I feel like this is fairly rated. I can kind of see the appeal. Obviously, it's kind of dancey, it's kind of clubby. Does it go as hard as something like Charlie XCX? No, of course not. But I think it's going for something a little bit different. It's going for just more of a mellow vibe, you know, and I think it kind of pulls it off. I think her voice isn't, while I said it does pair nice with the synths, I don't think it's the most interesting thing ever. And I think, again, the writing is just a little bit lackluster, but overall, not bad. It's definitely a lot better than a lot of the stuff that I heard on her last album. So if this is kind of the direction she's going in, I'm here for it. Overall, I feel like pop is actually trending in a good direction. You know, I feel like it was a little bit stale for a couple years, especially at the start of the 2020s, but we've had a lot of pretty solid pop releases this year, and you got a pretty decent roster of new up-and-coming artists here. For me, what really solidifies an artist as a great artist is their albums, their body of works. So I'm intrigued to see if these artists can bring impressive albums in the future, and hopefully they can. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on these tracks down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.